Hey everybody, Debbie Deno here, and in this video we're talking about developing your wish list. Now, before we develop it, let's talk about why do you need to do this? Well, what I've found is oftentimes people come back from a class and they are so excited. And then it takes 5 days for your oils to get here. And by the time they get here, oftentimes people are overwhelmed and they're like, oh my gosh, what do I do with these things? And so this wish list, basically this helps us prioritize of all the things that these oils could do for your family and friends. What are your top priorities? Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is to get your Live Guide and go to page 16. And you'll see at the top, there's a section that says write down your health priorities and find solutions. I want us to work in this first column with this post. So what I'm going to ask is, when you were in that class and you learned about oils, or as you've researched since then and you've got some ideas about, hey, I want to help Johnny with this and dad with that and mom with this and my son with that, as these people have come to mind, it can oftentimes, that in itself can be overwhelming, that we think, oh, I've got so many things for myself, for my family that I want to work on. Well, we don't want analysis paralysis. We don't want you to be so overwhelmed that you can't do anything. So let's find a place to start. And so with this wish list, I'm going to ask that you pick top three priorities. Now, there's one caveat. I'm going to ask that at least one of them be for you. Now, that may seem silly, but oftentimes when I've sat down to do what we're doing online here in these 3 days, when I've sat down to do this wellness overview class with a person with their oils, oftentimes I find them writing down all kinds of things for everybody else in the family but them. So, one goal at least for you. The other two can be for your immediate family, friends, things like that. Okay? Now, if you're like, oh gosh, Debbie, how can I cannot possibly narrow it down to three. Well, this is an analogy that I love. I heard it in a class. And the idea is that if I could wave a magic wand right today and take care of all of those health goals, take care of those health challenges that you're thinking about, what would be the first three that you would want us to work on? That's where we're going to start. Those are the three goals to write down on your sheet. And then what you're going to do is take a picture of that page, of those three goals. Make sure your name is somewhere on that and send that to me. I'm going to recommend that you private message me because this is private. Not everybody in the class needs to know what your specific goals are. Now, if you want to share it, that's perfectly fine. You can put it in the comments, but I'd ask, like I said, that you send that to me, a picture of your wish list. Now, what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to review it. I'm going to jot down some notes. And then as we go about the next day or two, we will find some time as quickly as we can for you and I to have a short phone call. Or we can do a Facebook Messenger or something like that, a video chat. But we're going to spend a few minutes of time and talk about your wish list and give you ideas, give you those solutions so that you can get started on those goals for you and for your friends. So that's what our plan is for you. So we're going to turn off now and take a few minutes if you can and fill out your wish list and send that to me. Have a great day.